Have you ever asked yourself why you can recite sacred words every day and still feel your mind get swept away the moment trouble shows up? Have you ever felt a quiet fear at night that says, I have been trying so hard, so why is my heart still restless and why does my destiny still feel stuck? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to sit with a question that sounds simple, but cuts straight to the root. What does it mean to truly hold the Lotus Sutra? Not just read it, not just memorize it, not just repeat it like a routine, but hold it in the way you live, in the way you speak, in the way you choose, in the way you meet pain and desire and conflict. Because many people think holding a teaching means carrying a book, carrying a schedule, carrying a habit. But the Lotus Sutra keeps pointing to something much deeper. The real holding happens inside one thought, one moment, one decision. The mind that holds the teaching is the mind that returns to wisdom, returns to compassion, returns to clarity, returns to the source before the next reaction spills out and becomes karma. And if that sounds too lofty, stay with me. I am not here to float above your real life. I am here to bring this teaching down into the hours you actually live. The morning when you are late, the afternoon when someone triggers you, the night when anxiety climbs into your chest, the moment your child cries, the moment your partner misunderstands you, the moment you open your phone and feel pulled into comparison again. That is where the Lotus Sutra is either held or dropped. Most people believe the biggest obstacles on a spiritual path are outside them. No time, no good environment, no supportive family, no teacher nearby, no money to retreat, no quiet space. But the Lotus Sutra has a sharper lens. The true obstacle is the habit mind that keeps chasing experiences instead of training awakening. The habit mind that keeps looking for a special state while ignoring the everyday mind that is writing destiny line by line. So let us talk about that chase, because it is everywhere now. Some people chase bliss. Some people chase visions. Some people chase dreams. Some people chase signs. Some people chase energy sensations. Some people chase the feeling of being chosen. Some people chase the idea that if they do enough practice, life must reward them immediately. And the irony is that the chase itself becomes the chain, because the chasing mind is still a greedy mind, even if it is chasing something that looks spiritual. Greed does not care what mask it wears. Greed can wear a luxury mask. Greed can also wear a holy mask. The Lotus Sutra keeps pulling the mask off and saying, come back, not to become dull, not to become passive, but to become awake, to stop outsourcing your freedom to future experiences, to stop bargaining with the universe, to stop turning practice into a transaction, to stop measuring your worth by feelings that rise and fall like weather. This is why I want to start with a story, a very human story. Because you might hear yourself in it. I will call the main character Jun. Jun was not lazy. Jun was not mocking the path. Jun was suffering. His work life was unstable. His family relationships were tense. His body had started sending warning signals. Sleep issues, stress headaches, a constant tightness in the chest. He was the kind of person who smiled in public and collapsed in private. When Jun first touched Buddhist teachings, it felt like hope. He felt like someone finally handed him a lamp. He began reading. He began chanting. He began visiting places people called powerful. He began listening to talks online. He began collecting methods like a desperate person collecting umbrellas in a storm. If someone said this place is effective, he went. If someone said this teacher is strong, he followed. If someone said this mantra brings protection, he repeated it late into the night. If someone said dreams are signs, he started praying for dreams. If someone said special states mean progress, he chased those states. He did not realize it, but he was chasing the same way. He chased success, approval, certainty, control. He just changed the costume. And the more he chased, the more anxious he became, because chasing creates a hidden message in the nervous system. It says right now is not enough. It says this moment is not safe. It says you must get somewhere else before you can rest. A mind like that can do 1,000 spiritual activities and still never touch peace. Because peace is not obtained the way you obtain a product. Peace comes when the mind stops clinging and returns to clarity. Jun kept reading the Lotus Sutra too, but he read it the same way he did everything else. Fast, hungry, looking for a secret trick, looking for a sentence that wouldn't lock luck, looking for a shortcut to escape pain. He would read about compassion and think, yes, but where is the method that makes my life easy? He would read about wisdom and think, yes, but where is the sign that proves I am moving forward? He would read about vows and think, yes, but why do I still feel stuck? He was reading words, but he was not holding the teaching. Then one night something happened that many people experience but do not talk about openly. He felt tired of everything, not suicidal, not dramatic, just exhausted at a soul level. He felt tired of explaining, tired of impressing, tired of chasing, tired of pretending he was fine. The mind that kept running finally hit a wall. He sat alone and said out loud, I have been doing all this practice. Why do I still explode when anger comes? Why do I still panic when money feels tight? Why do I still get pulled into comparison? Why do I still say words I regret? Why does my destiny feel like a wheel that keeps repeating? That was the first honest question he had asked in a long time. The next day, he visited an older practitioner in his community, not a celebrity, not a performer, just someone with steady eyes and calm presence. I will call him Teacher Hao. Teacher Hao listened quietly while Jun poured out everything. The chasing, the methods, the sleepless chanting, the disappointment, the fear that he was failing. Jun ended with the question that had been eating him. I read the Lotus Sutra. I chant. I try, but my mind is still messy. Does that mean I am not holding the sutra properly? Teacher Hao did not answer with a long lecture. He asked one question. When trouble comes, where does your mind go? Jun answered without thinking. My mind goes into panic, or anger, or blame, or chasing, or I start begging for a sign, or I start pushing myself harder, or I start looking for a new method. Teacher Hao nodded. Then you are not holding the sutra. The sutra is still outside your mind. You are holding the book, but the book is not holding you. Jun felt offended at first, but beneath the offense, there was relief, because someone finally said what he needed to hear. Teacher Hao continued. Holding a teaching means it becomes the place your mind returns to when waves rise. When greed rises, you return. When anger rises, you return. When fear rises, you return. When desire rises, you return. When pride rises, you return. When shame rises, you return. If you can return in the moment, then you are holding the sutra. If you cannot return and you get dragged away, then you are still chasing states. Jun asked, return to what exactly? Teacher Hao said, return to one thought that is clear and compassionate. Return to the mind that chooses not to harm. Return to the mind that sees cause and effect. Return to the mind that remembers you are training awakening, not collecting experiences. Then Teacher Hao said something that hit Jun like a bell. All dharmas are inside one thought. Your whole world is built from the next thought you choose to feed. Jun had heard phrases like that before, but he never let them enter because he treated phrases like decorations. Teacher Hout readed it like a knife that cuts illusion. Jun asked, "If all dharmas are in one thought, does that mean I can think my way into a better life?" Teacher Hout smiled gently. "Do not turn this into fantasy. One thought does not mean you can demand reality obey your cravings. One thought means the mind that meets reality creates your karma. Your karma shapes your destiny. Change the mind in this moment and you change the direction." Then he gave Jun a simple demonstration. He said, "Right now, think of someone who irritates you." Jun thought of a co-worker who always criticized him. Teacher Howe said, "Notice what happens in your body." Jun felt heat in his chest and tightness in his jaw. Teacher Howe said, "Now notice the story your mind starts telling." Jun said, "The story is that he disrespects me and I have to defend myself or I look weak." Teacher Howe said, "Now here is the practice. In the same situation, can you place one thought of wisdom before the story fully takes over?" Jun asked, "What thought?" Teacher Howe said, "A thought like this. This is a wave. I do not have to drown in it. I can respond without poison. I can protect truth without hatred. I can speak firmly, unkindly." Jun tried. He breathed. He softened the jaw a little. The heat did not disappear, but it changed. It stopped feeling like a command. It started feeling like energy that could be held. Teacher Howe said, "That is holding the sutra. Not perfect calm, but the ability to keep the mind from becoming harmful." Jun sat silently. He realized how often he had mistaken practice for performance, how often he had been trying to create a special feeling instead of training a stable heart. Teacher Howe then asked another question. "When you chant, what are you seeking?" Jun hesitated, then admitted, "I am seeking protection. I am seeking luck. I am seeking a miracle." Teacher Howe nodded. "Then your chanting is still bargaining. Bargaining makes the mind tight. Tight mind cannot enter samadhi. And the real samadhi is not an experience. The real samadhi is a mind that does not get pulled away when life is chaotic." Jun asked, "Are you saying I should stop chanting?" Teacher Howe said, "No, chanting is fine. Reading is fine. Ritual is fine. But the engine matters. If the engine is greed, you are feeding greed. If the engine is fear, you are feeding fear. If the engine is vow, you are feeding awakening." Jun asked, "What is vow?" Teacher Howe said, "Vow is the decision to cultivate wisdom and compassion for the benefit of life. Vow does not bargain. Vow does not demand. Vow returns again and again, even when results are slow." Then he said, "The Lotus Sutra is not asking you to chase a higher realm. It is asking you to awaken in this realm. It is asking you to stop searching outside for a place to stand. Stand in this thought. Stand in this breath. Stand in compassionate action." Jun was quiet for a long time. He finally said, "I think I understand, but I do not know how to do it in daily life." Teacher Howe said, "Good, now we are in the real place." He did not give Jun a complicated method. He gave him something he could use tonight. He said, "Every day you will meet 3 gates. The gate of desire, the gate of anger, the gate of fear. You do not need to destroy these emotions. You need to recognize them early and return before they turn into harmful action. The return is holding the sutra." Jun asked, "What if I fail?" Teacher Howe said, "Then you return again. Practice is not never failing. Practice is returning faster and with more honesty." Jun went home and decided to test this teaching in the most ordinary way. The next day, his partner complained that he was distracted and not listening. Normally, Jun would defend himself, blame work stress, and the argument would expand. This time, he noticed the heat. He noticed the story. I am being attacked. I must protect my pride. He remembered the teaching. One thought. He breathed and said, "You are right. I have been elsewhere. I am here now. Tell me what you need." His partner froze, then softened. The argument dissolved. Jun was shocked, not because the teaching worked like magic, but because he realized how many fights were fueled by his pride, not by the actual issue. That night, he wrote in a notebook, "The Lotus Sutra is not a book I finish. It is a mind I return to. Now let us slow down and talk about this deeper, because I want you to feel the power and also the honesty." Many people want the Dharma to give them a special state. They want to feel high, light, blissful, protected, chosen. They want a spiritual glow that proves they are advancing. But the Lotus Sutra keeps pointing to something that is not glamorous. The daily mind. The mind that speaks. The mind that chooses. The mind that reacts. The mind that forgives. The mind that takes responsibility. This is why people can chase spiritual highs and still suffer. Because highs do not rewrite karma by themselves. What rewrites karma is the repeated decision to reduce harm and cultivate wisdom and compassion. So the question is not whether you have special experiences. The question is whether you become kinder. Are you kinder when you are tired? Are you kinder when you are pressured? Are you kinder when you are disappointed? Are you kinder when you are misunderstood? That is the true test of holding a teaching. Now, I want to take you into a second story, because some of you listening are not like Jun. You might not chase visions. You might chase moral perfection. You might chase control in a different way. I will call this person Elena. Elena was devoted. She kept a strict schedule. She tried to be good. She tried to do everything correctly. But inside, she was harsh with herself. If she missed a session, she punished herself with guilt. If she had a negative thought, she attacked herself. If she felt anger, she called herself a bad practitioner. She read the Lotus Sutra and loved the idea of awakening. But she secretly believed she had to earn it through suffering. So she used practice as a weapon against herself. Her version of chasing was chasing purity, chasing faultlessness, chasing a life where she never felt messy. But the mind is human. Messiness arises. And when messiness arose, she would tighten even more. Her body became tense. Her sleep became thin. Her kindness became forced. One day she spoke sharply to her child. The child cried. Elena felt immediate shame. She thought, "I am a terrible practitioner." She sat down with an older friend who said something gentle. Holding the Lotus Sutra does not mean you never make mistakes. It means you return to compassion immediately when you see a mistake. The return is the practice. Elena asked, "Return to compassion for who?" The friend said, "For your child and for yourself." If you cannot be compassionate to yourself, your compassion for others will always be fragile. It will break under stress. Elena realized she had been treating herself as an enemy. That inner violence was shaping her destiny. It was making her impatient. It was making her brittle. It was leaking into her relationships. So she began practicing one thought of return. When she noticed guilt rising, she said, "I see you. I will learn. I will repair. I will not stab myself." That simple thought changed her nervous system. And when the nervous system calms, wisdom can function. This is very important. Many people think spiritual practice is only about the mind in an abstract sense. But the mind and body are not separated. If the body is in fight or flight, the mind will be reactive. If the body is calm, the mind can see clearly. So, holding the sutra also means caring for the conditions that support clarity. Sleep, breath, food, gentle movement, honest rest, not indulgence, but wise care, because compassion includes your own body. Now, let us return to the phrase, all dharmas are in one thought. I want to make this real for you, because this phrase can be misunderstood. Some people hear it and think, then everything is just imagination. Nothing matters. I can deny pain. I can deny responsibility. That is not wisdom. That is spiritual bypass. All dharmas are in one thought means this. The mind you bring creates your experience of life. It colors what you see. It shapes what you choose. It shapes how you speak. Those choices create consequences. Those consequences become the landscape of your destiny. So when you change the quality of your thought in the moment, you change the direction of your karma. If you are angry and you choose to speak with cruelty, you plant a seed of conflict. That conflict grows. It damages trust. It isolates you. It creates regret. That becomes destiny. If you are angry and you choose to pause and speak with firm kindness, you plant a seed of peace. Peace grows. Trust grows. Support grows. That becomes destiny. This is not fantasy. This is cause and effect. Now I want to tell you about the most common trap when people start hearing this. They want to control outcomes with the teaching. They think, if my thought creates my world, then I should force my thoughts to be positive all the time. They try to smile over pain. They try to deny sadness. They try to pretend anger is not there. They try to act like a saint while the heart is burning inside. That does not work. It just creates suppression. The Lotus Sutra is not asking you to suppress emotions. It is asking you to stop being possessed by them. Emotions can arise. The practice is how you meet them. You can meet anger with awareness. You can meet fear with breath. You can meet craving with patience. You can meet sadness with tenderness. That meeting is holding the sutra. Now let us expand the story of Jun, because the real teaching shows up over time, not in one conversation. After Jun began practicing return, he noticed something surprising. He started becoming less interested in chasing spiritual places, not because he became cynical, but because he became content. He realized he was not hungry for signs anymore. He was hungry for steadiness. He was hungry for a clean heart. He began to see how his chasing had actually been a form of avoidance. When he chased dreams, he avoided facing his anger. When he chased signs, he avoided facing his fear. When he chased energy sensations, he avoided facing his loneliness. When he chased special states, he avoided facing his habits. Now he was facing them gently. He began to practice right speech as his main sutra practice, because he realized speech is the fastest way to create karma. A harsh word can destroy a relationship in seconds. A kind word can heal a wound in seconds. A lie can create years of consequences. An honest apology can free a heart. So he trained. When he felt the urge to interrupt, he paused. When he felt the urge to prove he was right, he paused. When he felt the urge to shame someone, he paused. When he felt the urge to blame, he paused. And in that pause, he placed one thought: may I reduce harm. May I speak truth with kindness. May I be a refuge, not a storm. This is Bodhisattva practice in daily life, not dramatic vows in the sky. A vow in the moment, You are about to create harm. As Jun practiced, his relationships changed. His partner felt safer. His co-workers felt less defensive. His family conflicts softened. He began receiving more support, not because he demanded it, but because his presence invited it. Destiny changed because causes changed. Now, I want to speak about something delicate, because when people hear this, they often ask a painful question. If holding the sutra is about returning in one thought, why do I still have bad things happen? This is where karma must be understood with maturity. Some consequences are already in motion from past causes. You cannot erase every wave instantly, but you can change how you meet the wave. And that changes what the wave becomes in your life. For example, a financial hardship might still happen, but a clearer mind meets it with patience and wise action, rather than panic, spending, and blame. That changes the next layer of consequence. Eye conflict might still arise, but a compassionate mind meets it with listening and firm honesty rather than cruelty. That changes whether the conflict becomes a permanent break or a doorway to understanding. Eye health issue might still arise, but a wise mind meets it with responsible care rather than denial and despair. That changes the trajectory of healing. So do not use this teaching to judge yourself when life is hard. Use it to empower yourself in the part you can train. The part you can train is response. And response is powerful. Now, I want to go deeper into why chasing spiritual highs is so tempting. Because highs give quick relief. Highs give the feeling of progress. Highs make you feel special. Highs distract you from pain. But highs do not necessarily create character. And character is what holds destiny. A person without character can receive blessings undue in them. A person with character can face hardship and transform it. Character in this sense means integrity, patience, humility, compassion, clarity, the ability to restrain harmful impulses, the ability to admit mistakes, the ability to forgive. These qualities are the real treasures. And the Lotus Sutra is pointing to this kind of treasure, not a temporary mood. Now let us bring in the concept of one vehicle in a practical sense. One vehicle means the path is not split into people who can awaken and people who cannot. It means awakening is possible. It means do not despise yourself. It also means do not despise others. This matters because contempt is a hidden poison that ruins practice. Some people chase spiritual progress while secretly looking down on others. They use practice to feel above. They use scripture to win arguments. They use morality to shame. That is not holding the sutra. That is dropping it while holding it. The true holding softens contempt, because the Lotus Spirit reminds you that every being is shaped by causes and conditions. People act from pain, confusion, fear, craving. This does not excuse harm, but it dissolves hatred. And when hatred dissolves, the heart becomes lighter. A lighter heart can practice more steadily. Jun began noticing his contempt too. He realized he had been judging people who were not practicing the way he was. He had been secretly thinking he was more sincere. That pride was tightening his chest. So he practiced another return. When judgment arose, he said, "May I see the human being." When pride arose, he said, "May I remember interdependence." When superiority arose, he said, "May I return to humility." This is how one thought changes the world, not by magic, but by changing the mind that meets the world. Now, I want to share a scene that might help you feel how this practice works under real pressure. Imagine you are in a family gathering. Someone says something that hits your old wound. Maybe they criticize you. Maybe they dismiss your effort. Maybe they compare you to someone else. Your body reacts instantly. He tries as. The mind begins writing a story. They always disrespect me. I have to defend myself. If I stay quiet, I lose face. I must strike back. This is the moment where the sutra is either held or dropped. Holding the sutra does not mean you become weak. Holding means you do not let the wound drive your karma. So you breathe. You soften the jaw. You feel the feet on the ground. You place one thought. I will not feed hatred. I will protect truth with calm. I choose wisdom over victory. Then you speak. Firm, clear, without poison. Maybe you say, I hear you. I do not accept being compared like that. Let us speak respectfully. Or maybe you choose silence because silence is wiser in that moment. Silence can be compassion to when words would become weapons. Either way, you do not react blindly. That is holding the teaching. Now imagine another scene. You are alone at night. Anxiety rises. Thoughts race. You want to scroll. You want to numb. You want to eat. You want to buy something online. You want to chase the quick comfort. This is another gate. Holding the sutra means you recognize the craving as a wave. You do not shame yourself. You do not pretend you are above human desire. You simply return. You breathe. You place a hand on the chest. You say, I am here. You say, I can feel this and not obey. You say, I choose peace over impulsiveness. Then you do something that supports wisdom. Drink water. Stretch gently. Sit and breathe for 5 minutes. Write one honest paragraph. Reach out to a trusted friend if you need support. Go to sleep earlier. Do something that reduces harm. That is practice. Now, let us talk about the phrase, do not chase realms, because this phrase can trigger misunderstanding too. Not chasing realms does not mean you stop aspiring. It means you stop turning spiritual practice into a hunger for status. I-realm can be an emotional state. I-realm can be a meditative experience. I-realm can be the idea of being advanced. I-realm can be the identity of being pure. I-realm can be the fantasy that one day you will feel perfect and never be triggered again. If you chase those, you will suffer. Because life is dynamic. The mind is dynamic. Waves come. The skill is not building a life with no waves. The skill is learning how to surf with wisdom. That is why Samadhi is described as stable even in chaos. Not because chaos disappears, but because the mind does not get dragged away. Now, I want to expand into another story that shows how destiny changes when one thought becomes the home you return to. I will call this person Marcus. Marcus was successful on paper. Good job, respectable image. But inside he was constantly tense. He was addicted to being seen as competent. He could not rest. If he was not improving, he felt worthless. He discovered the Lotus Sutra and loved the lofty ideas. He started reading and quoting lines. He looked spiritual to others, but at home, he was still impatient. He snapped at his partner. He was cold when stressed. He believed his stress was justified because he was providing. His partner eventually said, "You speak about compassion, but I do not feel it." Marcus felt embarrassed. He wanted to defend himself. He wanted to explain, but something in him cracked. He realized he was using teachings to decorate his identity, not to transform it. He met an older practitioner who asked, "When you read, do you become more humble or more proud?" Marcus could not answer. The practitioner said, "Holding the sutra means letting it correct you, not letting it serve you." That line pierced Marcus because he saw he had been using everything to serve him. Work served him. Relationships served him. Even spiritual practice served him. So he began training one thought. When he felt the urge to dominate a conversation, he returned. When he felt the urge to justify his harshness, he returned. When he felt the urge to shut down emotionally, he returned. He practiced opening his heart in small ways, listening without interrupting, apologizing without excuses, asking his partner what they needed, showing warmth even when tired. His partner began to relax. Their home atmosphere changed. Marcus slept better. With better sleep, he had more patience. With more patience, his work decisions improved. His team trusted him more. Opportunities opened. Destiny changed not through mystical signs, but through relational karma. This is the practical Lotus Sutra. Now, let us bring in a deeper layer. The mind that returns in one thought is not only about controlling behavior. It is about realizing the nature of mind. When people say all dharmas are in one thought, it also points to insight. The insight that what you call the world is constantly filtered through perception. The mind labels. The mind interprets. The mind remembers. The mind predicts. The mind compares. The mind fears. The mind craves. So the same situation can become prison or practice depending on how the mind meets it. This is not blaming you. This is empowering you. Because if perception is trained, suffering reduces. If perception isn't trained, suffering multiplies. So holding the sutra means training perception too. Training yourself to see impermanence without panic. Training yourself to see craving without obedience. Training yourself to see anger without becoming it. Training yourself to see thoughts as thoughts, not as commands. This is where meditation becomes important, not as a way to escape life, but as a way to see clearly. Even 5 minutes a day of sitting with the breath can teach you something priceless. Thoughts arise and pass. Sensations rise and fall. Emotions surge and soften. If you watch carefully, you realize you do not have to chase or fight every wave. That realization is freedom. Now let us talk about karma and destiny directly, because many of you care about this deeply. Karma does not mean you are doomed. Karma means your life is shaped by causes. Some causes are old. Some causes are new. The fastest way to change karma is to change the cause you are planting right now. What causes are you planting with your speech? What causes are you planting with your habits? What causes are you planting with your attention? What causes are you planting with your choices? Holding the sutra means you become careful with causes, not anxious, but aware. You stop planting seeds you know will grow into pain. You start planting seeds you know will grow into peace. This is wisdom. It is not superstition. It is ethical intelligence. Now, I want to share a long reflection that might feel like a conversation with you late at night. If you have been reading the Lotus Sutra and still feel like nothing is changing, it does not automatically mean you are doing it wrong. It might mean you are doing it in the most common way. The way most people begin. Most people begin by trying to get something from the teaching. A better fate, better luck, more protection, a calmer mind. A sign that proves they are not wasting time. This is human, but it is not the deepest gate. The deeper gate is when you stop demanding proof and start practicing return. Instead of saying, "Show me a sign," you say, "Show me my mind." Instead of saying, "Give me a miracle," you say, "Give me courage to be kind." Instead of saying, "Change my world," you say, "Change my causes." Instead of saying, "Take away my waves," you say, "Teach me how to surf." That is holding the sutra. And yes, it is humbling. because it means the work is not outside. The work is inside. Not inside as in self-blame, inside as in responsibility. Now, I want to bring in one more story, because it touches the core. There was a person I knew who loved spiritual content. Talks, books, chants, retreats. They could speak for hours about teachings, but in daily life, they were reactive. They were harsh in traffic. They were impatient with family. They were judgmental online. They carried resentment like a badge. One day, they admitted something quietly. I think I have been using the Dharma as entertainment. That confession was a breakthrough, because it means they saw the gap between knowledge and embodiment. Holding the Lotus Sutra closes that gap. It forces you to bring practice into the moment you want to escape. When you want to escape into content, you return. When you want to escape into fantasy, you return. When you want to escape into blaming, you return. Return is the path. Now let me give you an image that might stay with you. Imagine your mind is a room. Every day, thoughts walk in like visitors. Some visitors are kind. Some visitors are loud. Some visitors are dangerous. If you let every visitor run your house, your life becomes chaos. Holding the sutra means you become the host who knows how to welcome without obeying. You can say, anger, I see you. Sit, do not break anything. You can say, fear, I see you. Sit, I will take care of us. You can say, craving, I see you. Sit, you do not get to drive today. That host is awareness. That host is wisdom. That host is compassion. When you live as the host, you are holding the sutra. Now we come toward the closing portion, where I want to share resonance and invite you to reflect on your own life. Many people think spirituality is about becoming someone special, but the deepest practice is becoming someone safe. Safe for others and safe for yourself. Safe does not mean you never get angry. It means your anger does not become cruelty. Safe does not mean you never feel fear. It means fear does not become manipulation. Safe does not mean you never feel desire. It means desire does not become obsession. When you become safe, your relationships heal. When relationships heal, your world becomes supportive. When your world becomes supportive, practice becomes easier. When practice becomes easier, wisdom grows. When wisdom grows, destiny brightens. This is the cycle. So let me ask you something gently. When you say you hold the Lotus Sutra, what do you mean? Do you mean you can recite? Or do you mean you can return when your mind is on fire? Because the moment your mind is on fire is the real exam. If you can return in that moment, even a little, you are holding it. If you cannot return, do not despair. You are simply seeing where training is needed. And that is actually good news, because what is seen can be trained. Now, I want to share something that might sound like my own voice speaking to a friend. I have watched people chase spiritual highs for years and still feel empty. The highs come and go. The emptiness stays because the habits remain. Then I have watched someone practice one simple return, one simple pause, one simple kind sentence, one apology without excuses, and their whole life begins to shift. They are not perfect, but they are awake enough to stop planting poison. That is the real miracle, not fireworks in the sky, a kind heart under pressure. So here is the ending I want to leave you with. The Lotus Sutra is not asking you to become a different person in a distant future. It is asking you to become awake in this moment. It is asking you to hold the teaching where it matters most. In speech, in action, in intention, in the next thought. If you want to begin tonight, you can. When you are about to react, breathe once. When you are about to speak sharply, breathe once. When you are about to blame, breathe once. When you are about to chase a quick escape, breathe once. In that one breath, place one thought. I choose wisdom. I choose compassion. I choose to reduce harm. I choose to return. That is holding the Lotus Sutra. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me honestly what pulls you away most. Is it anger? Is it fear? Is it craving? Is it pride? Is it shame? And tell me one moment recently when you did return, even for one breath, and chose a cleaner response. That one moment matters more than you think. If you want more long-form teachings like this, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts so this message can reach someone who is quietly exhausted from chasing and ready to come home to one clear thought. Life gets noisy. Work, stress, expectations. Sometimes we lose touch with the quiet part of ourselves. Bracelet isn't just an accessory. It's a small reminder that you deserve peace. You deserve moments of stillness. You deserve to hold on to your inner balance. If one of these bracelets speaks to your heart, you'll find the purchase link in the description below. And even more auctions available on our channel's shop page. Pick home the one that feels right.